Cloudwater Helles. Life is too short to be drinking shitty beer. The sun is over the yard arm, and that means it's time for a beer. Welcome to another edition of Bands, Bikes and Booze Reviews, and today I have got a can of Cloudwater Helles. Now, Cloudwater are one of the best breweries in Britain, or best craft brewers in Britain at the moment, in my opinion, and Helles is one of my favourite styles, or lager is one of my favourite styles of beer. And this is going to be a good one because I have high hopes for this Cloudwater offering. If you look at the history of lager and craft brewing, it's always been there, which flies against the grain of all the sort of camera members, the old school real ale fans who think that lager is cheap, pissy, yellow liquid. Now, I love it, as I say. My favourite style is the Bavarian Helles. It's with them Munich malts and the lager yeast that they use over there. It just creates a unique flavour in lager that I absolutely love. Now, don't get me wrong, the Czechs really do know how to do a pilsner, and a really good one as well. There's loads to choose from if you go over there. But just in terms of flavour, I just think the Germans edge it on their fantastic choice of malts and the yeast that they use and the basic end product, which is, for me, is just amazing and it's unmistakable. It's rare that you capture that outside of Germany. Talk's a good fight. So let's get this open and let's see what's going on. Okay, so this is a 440ml can. It is as I say, it's a Helles. It is 4.5% in the ABV. On the side of the can, it makes quite bold claim, saying that one of our greatest technical brewing challenges lies in the persistent. I always do this. I should read the fucking can beforehand. Anyway, let's start again. One of our greatest technical brewing challenges lies in presenting filtered water, Germany's finest Pilsner malt, Bavarian lager yeast, and classic German hops in a beer style that leaves no room for error, with no bold flavours to mask mistakes or imbalances. This Helles is a nod not just to the German brewing, but traditional lager beers the world over. A beer for talking over, or quality reflecting on its subtle nuances. Okay, so the aroma, they say, is subtle notes of fresh white bread, zesty lemon and light herbal accents. Well, that's true. That describes German Pilsner to a T, especially the sweet bready malt flavour. This is medium body with medium carbonation and a crisp finish. I hate the adjective they use, crisp, for a lager. Lager's smooth, and for me, a crisp is very bitter or very dry. More accurately, very dry, like a Huza or something like that, or a Gers, as it's pronounced in the French-speaking part of Belgium. That to me is crisp, not lager, unless it's a really, really dry lager, which would be unusual. Yeah, as I say, that's the description of it. There is the can. It's pure yellow can. I don't know if you can see it. I am at some point going to change this room around to make it a little bit more interesting, because at the moment it just looks like a fucking dodgy old spare room. I'm going to get some blackout curtains for there. I'm going to get a big unit over the back to put all my cans and glasses in. Anyway, more on that later. Let's get this open and let's see what it smells like. Hurrah! It didn't go everywhere. I thought it would. Right, on the nose, out the can. Wow, there's a lot of lemon citrus there. And it's the exact opposite of what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to just be a huge onslaught of malt. But it's not. It's big lemon citrus, which, okay, that is different. Let's get it in the glass. That is a lovely golden colour. There is a fair bit of carbonation on there, medium-sized bubbles. Nice 2-finger head on that, white foamy head. On the nose, what are we getting? Yeah. Now, I don't know whether this is just because it's Cloudwater, but I'm getting some quite grapefruity type hops on that, which to me is not what I would consider a Helles. I could be completely wrong. I have been in before when I've got the aroma from certain beers and they've tasted completely different, but that is unusual. So this is intriguing me now. I want to see whether they've just over-hopped it or whether it is a true German Helles. Cheers. Okay, so it's not bad as lagers go. That is a pretty decent effort. Compared to some of the German stuff, it doesn't really come close, I don't think. So I need to take this on its own merits. My favourite German lagers are just, the Augustiner, the Paulaner, the Münchner Helles from Paulaner, the Augustiner Helles, even the Flensburger Pilsner. They're really good, and even the Berliner Pilsner, they're really good. This doesn't have that unique German malt flavour, and I would have been surprised if it did have. This is a sort of a unique take. It is very clean and very refreshing. This is cold and it's come out of the fridge and it's been in there a while. The malts aren't as big as they are in the German Pilsners. This is actually quite balanced. There is some subtle earthy notes on this. There is a slight bready malt in the aftertaste. There's a fair bit of lemon citrus on this as well. And the carbonation is sort of medium on that. But it's lacking that huge malty aftertaste that you get with the sort of German beers. It's okay though. As lagers go, I'm going to stop the comparison with German Helles because it's not really giving me that sort of impression. I know they said it was a nod to that. But I think this should be judged on its own merits. It should have been their take on a lager, or a Helles even. And again, there is a, it smells quite hop heavy, if you know what I mean. But it doesn't sort of taste that. It's very well balanced, very clean, very drinkable. That you can feel some of the carbonation in there, but it's quite pleasant. Overall, a good all-round lager, good solid lager. No nasties in there, nothing untoward, just some bready malt, slight biscuit flavour, but more bready, doughy type malt. You've got quite a bit of lemon citrus on that, which is nice, and you've got some earthy tones to it. Like, that's definitely coming from the hops that they've used in this. But it's nice, and I like it, and it's not doing anything to offend me, if you like. So what's the verdict? Well, once you taste German Helles, you develop a taste for it, and that taste is very, very moorish, super drinkable. This doesn't have that. This is a lager that should be judged separately from that. It's very well balanced. It's got it's got medium malt flavours. It's got big lemon citrus on it, which is nice, which works. And it's got some subtle earthy tones. But overall, it's a balanced feel. The carbonation is medium, and it's okay. It stands up on its own merits. I would give this an 8 out of 10, because you know with Cloudwater you're getting good ingredients. This is a very, very nice drinkable lager, and this is cold, and it is going down an absolute treat at the moment. It's reasonably warm out there, and I've just been out taking the dogs out, and this is going down very nicely. I'm actually sort of restraining myself from knocking it back, but it's nice, and as I say, I'd give this an 8 out of 10, and I'd definitely recommend it. However, it's £3.50 a can, and this always goes back to my argument about the lagers that these craft brewers do. They're in big competition with the Stellas and the Carlins and the Heinekens and all that, but I think people that buy this know what they're going for. So yeah, if you haven't tried it, then I'd say definitely try it. It's a nice, clean lager, perfect on a summer's day. And remember, beer is working class champagne.